So, wir warten noch, bis die Teilnehmer alle eingetreten sind. Und dann geht es in einer knappen Minute hier los. Der Facebook-Livestream geht auch jeden Moment online. So, dann können wir loslegen. Herzlich willkommen und schönen guten Morgen, schönen guten Mittag, muss man ja mittlerweile sagen. Herzlich willkommen zu unseren Zukunftstagen für den Reisevertrieb. Es ist mittlerweile der 8. Zukunftstag. Und ja, wir wollen heute über das Thema Auslandstourismus in Corona-Zeiten sprechen. Wir haben heute Morgen ja bereits ein Status-Update für Reisebüros gegeben zur aktuellen Lage, zum Konjunkturpaket. Diese Aufzeichnung könnt ihr euch, liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen, auch weiterhin anschauen. tourismuszukunft.de/Zukunftstage. Link poste ich nachher auch noch mit rein. Die Session hier wird jetzt auch aufgezeichnet. Wir haben vorher auch schon über einige Destinationen gesprochen und jetzt haben wir uns ein ganz besonderes Beispiel rausgepickt und wollen über Portugal sprechen. Und heute Nachmittag haben wir dann weitere Sessions zu Zielen in Europa und in den Ferndestinationen, wie Reisen mit Corona eben aussehen können. Und ja, ich übergebe an den Moderator der Session, Michael Buller, Vorstand vom Verband Internetreisevertrieb. Danke für deine Initiative und ja, wir können starten.
Super, danke Michael. Ja, vielleicht denen, die heute schon in der Früh mit dabei waren, ein herzlich willkommen zurück. Die Frage, die wir uns ja eigentlich alle auch als Touristiker stellen, ist, wie sieht Reisen in Zeiten von Corona im Ausland wirklich aus? Aus dem Grund haben wir uns überlegt, ob wir nicht das Beispiel Portugal mal nutzen. Vor kurzem wurde ein Siegel entwickelt, Clean and Safe, also auch da steckt einiges dahinter, da werden wir auch Informationen dazu bekommen. Aber so eine gesamte Customer Journey, wie sieht die aus? Was passiert, wenn ich am Airport ankomme? Was passiert, wenn ich in einen Bus einsteige oder mir einen Mietwagen nehme? Was passiert tatsächlich im Hotel? Und wie sieht es im realen Leben dann wirklich aus? Und genau das ist das Ziel dieser Session. Die wird jetzt dann in Englisch stattfinden und deswegen würde ich jetzt bitten, dass die Präsentation zumindest schon mal gestartet wird. Annette, könntest du das machen? Sehr gut. Ja, viel gut, viel safe, viel Portugal und eben Praxisbeispiele wirklich der einzelnen Unternehmen. Vielleicht können wir noch kurz auf die nächste Folie gehen, da sehen wir kurz den Ablauf. Ich werde jetzt gleich an Eliseo Correa weitergeben. Er ist der CEO von Easy Travel, einer Incoming-Agentur. Ich kenne ihn schon ganz, ganz viele Jahre. Ich würde sagen, wir kennen uns wahrscheinlich tatsächlich 30 Jahre in der Touristik, damals noch aus dem Car-Rental-Business. Was mich sehr freut, dass diese Freundschaft über die Ländergrenzen so lange am Halten ist. Er spricht auch sehr gut Deutsch. Auch seine Präsentation wird aber in Englisch sein. Er wird uns ein bisschen was erzählen über, wie der Flughafen auch funktioniert. Er wird uns auch nochmal zu dem Clean and Safe und zu den allgemeinen Regeln gleich was erzählen. Dann haben wir José Santos dabei, der ist General Manager bei Best Transfer for You, also die Transfers organisieren, also sowohl in großen Bussen als auch einzeln sozusagen mit einzelnen Fahrzeugen. Wir haben Walter Contreras dabei, CEO von Air-Auto, eine Car-Rental-Company, der eben erklären wird, wie funktioniert der Mietwagenübernahme und generell der Mietwagen dort. Und zum Schluss haben wir José Villanova, der ist Manager von dem Hotel Villa Vita Park. Und der wird uns erklären, wie das in dem Hotel abläuft und auch die Dinge, wie es am Strand läuft und eben auch die ganzen Regelungen, die es in Portugal für Hotels gibt. Und deswegen würde ich jetzt an Eliseo übergeben, der jetzt dann sozusagen in Englisch das gleich machen wird. Wenn ihr Fragen habt, und das ist wirklich wichtig, bringt die mit rein, nutzt die FAQs als Fragen, denn ich glaube, das trainiert natürlich auch die Destination, welche Fragen die Kunden haben. Und es kann auch immer noch sein, dass wir Lücken haben. Und deswegen ist die Session einfach gut, dass ihr da eure Punkte mit hineinbringt. Und die Fragezeichen, die wir alle im Kopf haben, hier könnt ihr sie loswerden. Und ich hoffe, es werden die meisten beantwortet. Dann vielen Dank und jetzt übergebe ich an den Eliseo.
Guten Morgen aus Portugal. I will speak now in English, as Michael had announced. First of all, today is a good day. We in the travel industry, we know that this is an industry from people, for people, and that what we are doing now is what makes the difference in our sector. I would like to thank Michael Buller and Michael Faber for the opportunity to being here and tell a little bit what is going on in my homeland in Portugal in terms of safety measures. As it is known, Portugal has been a very good example in the world with a very low number of people infected. So the idea of this is that you can have a closer look at what is already functioning in our country. I've chosen the Algarve as an example because obviously we will not have time to speak about the whole of the country. And it is very important that this information is not only information to use on a day-to-day basis, but maybe inspire others and maybe some ideas can be reflected into other destinations. So in terms of the general measures that we are taking now in Portugal, which do not differ a lot from the rest. So in terms of what is available in Portugal to see, what can you do as you speak? So in terms of the opening plan, we have the public transportations, we have the hotels, we have booking shops, we have water sports, we have restaurants, we have terrace and promenades, cultural facilities. So we have a lot of things already open. So people, when they come over, they can already use and be entertained and have things to do while they're in our country. The basic is, in terms of the rules, the general rules, is the social distancing, which is are in place. So it means that social distancing and the masks. So if you enter a store or if you enter a restaurant, the mask is obligatory. So everybody has to use it. Obviously, there is the part in most of these places like restaurants and so on, where you will have the disinfection and cleaning as it is standard. So these are the measures that are in place in terms of traveling. As we speak about Portugal continental, Portugal mainland, especially on the Algarve, so there is no quarantine measures in place. So the standard situations arise, as well is not needed any COVID certificate 72 hours before or anything like this. And this is what we have in place as we speak in terms of travel measures. The next step will be that I would like to introduce is the airport. So when you arrive into our country, it's going to be the first thing you're going to encounter. And as well, it is very important to know that in order for all this to work and to give a safety experience to all people that are visiting our country, we have created something unique, which is called the Clean and Safe Certificate. The Clean and Safe Certificate was created together by the Tourism of Portugal and the Health and Safety Directory, and it certifies that these different companies have in place all the necessary items in order to assure the safety, personal protection, and the cleaning and everything that goes with it in terms of security and sanitary capacity. So I would like to go back to the airport in terms of the clean and safe certificate. The three friends I brought here today will go into detail much more than me, so they will speak. All of them are clean and safe certificated, so they will speak about how it works in terms of transfers for minibus or individual, how it works for car hire, how it works for hotels, so they will go into further detail. So I'm just going to make this introduction as you speak. Talking about the airport. The airport has in place in all the country the personal protection, the cleaning, the distancing in passenger, the information that is exposed, and contactless operation. So we always say in Portugal that one image says more than a million words. So I would like now Annette to play the video of the airport of. As some of you obviously identified, this is not the airport of Faro. This is Lisbon Airport, but these are the measures that are in place in all of the airports run by the Da Vinci Group. So for the next step, and talking about the next step, when after you leave the airport, you need the transfer either by bus or individually. So that is one of the alternatives. So I will pass on to José Santos, which is the general manager of Best Transfers for You, which is the biggest transfer company we have in Portugal. José, your turn.
Hello, thank you, Eliseo. Good morning to you all. I would like to start introducing myself and the company that I represent. My name is José Santos, and I'm the general manager of Best Transfers for You. Our company is a travel agency specialized and entirely dedicated in providing airport transfers and other tailor-made journeys across Portugal and south of Spain. We are known for the quality of our service and a market leader on our segment. In 2019, we have transported 950,000 passengers, and we provided services to the main tour operators and agencies with operations to the Algarve. Health and safety has been always one of the subjects we focused on. When the coronavirus outbreak arose, Best Transfers for You immediately activated its contingency plan, adopting the appropriated measures. Our company is clean and safe certified by Tourism of Portugal, which confirms that Best Transfers for You complies with the mandatory and recommended measures for the infection prevention and control. I can give you some examples. Face masks. All our staff will use face masks, and customers are required to use one when boarding our vehicles. If they forgot them at the hotel, we will be prepared to supply one. Sanitizers. All our vehicles will be equipped with hand sanitizers for customers and staff to use. Vehicle capacities have been reduced to 2/3 of their total capacity, as it is requested and a mandatory measure by the government and health authorities in Portugal. Cleaning and disinfection. Vehicles disinfection and cleaning routines were reviewed and improved according to the recommended measures. Our welcome desk, located inside Faro Airport will have the information for the customers, which will be also available and displayed in each vehicle. Next, we will show you two videos to demonstrate some of the measures that I've mentioned to you. Annette, can you be so kind and play video one, please?
Safe traveling remains our top priority because we have equipped our buses and our employees with protection devices. Because we assure an even more thorough cleansing and sanitation with highly effective products against viruses and bacteria. We are ready to change routines, to accept a new reality, and to believe with you. This is our company's attitude and commitment. That is why our priority is always your safety in all the journeys you do aboard our buses. And when the time comes to take the masks and gloves off, to be able to chat to whomever seats by your side again, we will still be here. United, today as yesterday. Together we prepare the future. Travel safe. Travel with us.
Thank you, Annette. You have seen video one with the bus transport. Now Annette is going to play video two with the smaller vehicles capacities. Thank you, Annette. I would like to finish my presentation. Thank you for the invitation from Eliseu Correia from AC Travel, also to the persons that prepared and made this webinar possible, and to all of you that are watching us today. Feel good, feel safe, and hopefully feel Portugal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jose. So if you don't want to use a transfer and you want to have alternative to that, and maybe you can use both, you can as well use the car hire. And car hire always has been a key player in our travel industry. And this year, I believe it's going to be even more special, as we feel that a lot of customers look for more isolated places like villas and small hotels, where they actually need to have a car to go by, to go to the supermarket and so on. So especially this year, the car hire is going to be a key player. And that's why we have invited Walton Contreras from Air-Auto. Air-Auto is one of the biggest car companies on the Algarve, to tell us how he makes sure that people can feel safe and secure whilst using a car hire and taking the car from the airport or any other location by Air-Auto. So I will pass on to my friend Walton Contreras. Walton, it's your turn.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Walton Contreras. Like Elisa mentioned, I'm the CEO of Air-Auto. This is a family-owned company for over 30 years. And we would like Eliseu to invite us for this forum and for this partnership. And we are hoping to be Eliseu's right arm when it comes to solution to car rental. Air-Auto has as well a clean and safe logo, of course, and we have checked, trained our staff in full in order to fulfill all the safety points that the Portuguese government, along with the tourism of Portugal, has designed. And we have created a small video, which is quite self-explanatory, where 99% of the key points will be fulfilled. And we actually went and created a couple extra in order to feel not only our staff, but mostly our clients safe and ready to enjoy their Algarvian vacations. Overall, the video should be quite self-explanatory, that how easy it is to come from the airport, and we will be waiting for you at the car park with all the safety measures. And hopefully you enjoyed the video we have created for you. Thank you. Here it is. I think the video was quite self-explanatory, and like I said on the beginning, Heraldo in the Algarve is ready to welcome you and be part of your holiday solution. Thank you once again for the invitation. Thank you.
Walton, I think one thing I'm going to ask you, and I think is something that a lot of people are I'm sure asking the same question, is that you use something called the nebulizer. So it's the same system used in the airports in terms of sanitary hygiene for the cars. What kind of chemical products do you use?
The chemical that we
because we saw this spraying of the car, so I think it's quite impressive, and people understand that this is really serious, and it's quite self-explanatory, as you say. But could you just explain what kind of chemical is used so people know exactly what we're talking about?
Sure, it's my pleasure. Like it was seen on the airport as well on transfers by you, for the cars, your tourism of Portugal has recommended to use a nebulizer, which is a machine that creates a strong vapor, and it's added up the chemical recommended by Tourism of Portugal, where it has the European legislation included, which is the EN 14476. The chemical mixed up with the vapor comes out through that machine and sanitize the cars completely in a matter of few seconds. As you can see,
is it, sorry to throw, so it's something that is European-wide certificated for this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. It is, okay. Just
is what the European has recommended, and you can see on the video, still the shuttle and the cars are still sprayed extra with that chemical, just on the safe side, so the client can see that everything is done as the regulation of Tourism of Portugal has recommended us.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Walton.
Thank you.
So my next friend that is in this task of hope and safety and selling a destination in terms of tourism and bringing out the best we have in terms of measures is somebody called José Villanova, and like me, he was born and raised in Germany, and apparently we are both. I was born and raised in Hamburg, and he was born and raised in Bremen. So it seems we have here a task duo from the north, but I'm sure he will do a very good job. He's the liaison manager for Vila Vita Park. Vila Vita is one of the most iconic hotels in Portugal. Is a fantastic resort we have, and he's going to talk about the check-in, check-out in the hotel, and as well about the pool, the part of the beaches, and the part of the restaurants. So actually, he will have a lot of things to tell us. So José, it's your baby now. Thank you.
Einen wunderschönen guten Morgen alle zusammen. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Eliseu, for the invitation. I'm the liaison manager for Hotel Vila Vita Park here in the Algarve. The resort is open since 1992, so the 28th year. We are members of leading hotels of the world, and also working with Virtuoso. As well as the other colleagues from the panel here, we are also having the certificate for the clean and safe from the Portuguese Tourism Board. And I would like to show you firstly a small video. It's divided in two parts, and afterwards I would like to also to explain you a little bit more of all the measures that are being held and what the team is doing. This is an example of what all the other teams here in the Algarve are also doing regarding accommodation.
When passes the cloud, the hard times too, to greet the crowd and bid welcome to you. For doors may close, but hearts remain open as our desire grows for barriers to be broken. Time to make ready, to make everything right for a world already to return to the light. We all do our part to stay safe and strong, for when you depart, it's here you belong. A sanctuary, a friend, your place in the sun, your light at the end, when everything's done. Oceans between us, but gentle tides come. Our table is ready when the battle is won. when it's time to break bread, to feast and to share, when we all come together, you'll see then why we care. This is our family, where all of us try to wake you from your dream, lift you up to the sky. We are Villa Vita. This you will learn and celebrate too on the day you return, when the hard times are through.
Bem-vindo à Villa Vita.
Herzlich willkommen bei Villa Vita.
Soyez bienvenus à Villa Vita.
Benvenuti a Villa Vita. Sveiki atvykę į Villa Vita.
Maligayang pagdating sa Villa Vita.
Bine ai venit la Villa Vita.
Bem-vindo à Villa Vita.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Well, just to add and to share with you, bem-vindo means welcome, herzlich willkommen. And when the guests are arriving to a resort or hotel, they will start to be welcomed and all the arrival experience. And these measures are also very, very important to explain. Additional hand sanitizers in all public areas, lobby and reception area, the floor markings guaranteeing safety distance, and the circulation between guests and staff. The luggage will all be disinfected upon arrival to the resort or hotel. A safety protocol, hygiene and safety protocol will be asked or will be requested to be acknowledged by the guests, and also personal good health declaration form in order to have a register of all the guests in house. And beside this, and after the stay, it's also an online checkout is also available. this will reduce the physical interaction as much as possible in the reception area. Well, the valet parking is also available for the hotels that have this service, as in this case, Villa Vita Park has. During the stay, the guest will also experience the housekeeping service, of course, and the components, as also mentioned by the other colleagues, the electrostatic nebulizator with the antiviral and anti-germicidal solution is used in public areas in the guests' accommodation before, during, and after checkout. The use of gloves, face masks is part of the team members' attire. Details like air conditioning panels are disinfected with regularity. Elevators have also inside of the elevator the hand sanitizers, and also very important, during the stay, every guest will be provided a complimentary hygiene kit with face masks and the alcohol-based disinfectant. The rooms are always cleaned or serviced in the absence of the guest. Of course, if the guest wants to stay in the room, then he's required to wear a face mask. The indoor-outdoor facilities will be cleaned, as mentioned, also with this same system, the electrostatic nebulizator. The furniture will spaced out to allow social distancing. And circulating indoors will be requested also to wear a mask. As regards the food and beverage experience, in our case, we have a wide range of options, from the most casual dining experience to the Michelin star signature restaurant. So all the restaurants have the same measures. As you could see on the last video, on the last video, all the employees are wearing a face mask. There's marking on the floor on the arrival. There's the hand sanitizer. You have QR codes for the menu, or physical menus that are used once, or some properties can also opt to have the menus disinfected. Of course, it's a free choice. Mandatory will be reservations for lunch, for dinner. For example, in case of hotels, and in our case, breakfast is a la carte. There is no buffet service. In-room dining, of course, with all the measures that are taken and recommendations. Food safety, we in our case and many properties for many years have the very highest standards of safety with the HACCP system, as you can see displayed also on this safety charter that you can see it at the moment. The handling of the food in the kitchens have also the same standards. All suppliers, and it's always present in with this new normality. Always the nebulizator is always present. If it's the room, outdoor areas, public areas, etc., and also handling with the products that are bought in. In our case, beside the HACCP and all, in Germany, we are also certificated by TÜV. It's a very important certificate, German certificate also. The staff members are always reminded to wash their hands every half an hour. Just back to the restaurants. All guests will be accompanied to the table. Will be requested to wear face masks inside of the restaurants. Only when are seated, of course, it's not. There is no need. For example, going to the restroom, standing up, need to wear a face mask, and then sitting down also. The 1.5 meter between tables is mandatory in the restaurants. And I would like you also, and now to speak a little bit about the beach. As you could see also in the second video, the beach season will officially start this weekend, upcoming weekend on the 6th of June. There of course, also some measures were taken. The umbrellas, parasols need to be with a distance of 3 meters, and also the sun lounges will have 1.5 meter social distance. Beside this, all the protective covers on the sun lounges are used once per guest. Towels will be replaced only once, one-time usage. And again, we're coming back to the electrostatic nebulizer that will be, and as I mentioned, always present in all times. Well, I hope this the video that I've shown you is also very informative, and would like to finish to say why the Algarve. The Algarve has 3,000 hours of sun per day. We have a genuine hospitality. We have the excellent products. We are ready for all of you. We are taking all the measures. We're excited to have everyone back again. And in this case, with many changes, but always thinking about the well-being of everyone that is visiting our beautiful region, our beautiful country. Being a showcase of Portugal, of the Algarve, it's a great pleasure to take part of this webinar. Thank you once again for the invitation, Eliseu. Thank you, to Annette, to Michael Faber, to Mr. Buller also, and well, feel free to ask all questions and stay safe. Obrigado.
Okay, José, thank you very much for this explanation. I just would like to add something, is that obviously on the beaches, the social distancing will be the main issue and the main concern. So as well, there's been created, I call it the beach traffic light, an app.
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry,
no, I didn't.
No, don't worry, it's okay. So it's an app which was created. So I call it, as I said, the beach traffic light. So on the app, you can see which beaches are less and more crowded. And obviously you have red, which means a lot of people. You have yellow, that means, well, it's okay. And then you have green, that means that there's even more space available than you need in order to be on the beach. So this as well will help the customers once they arrive to Portugal to choose before they leave their hotels and apartments where to go, and to make the decision which of the beaches they would like to attend to. And I think this is something very good. And as I said before, I have, for you to have an idea, I show you, this is the clean and safe protocol, has 42 bullet points. So it is very complex, and I know that we have been injecting you a lot of information in 45 minutes time. we chose a lot of videos and images, so we don't make it too heavy and too boring. And as well to say, to close the first part, that obviously any information here that you would like to have about the clean and safe, we have that information available in English as well to provide to you if you like to know exactly to the detail what is done in the hotels and in other facilities. So I think now I would pass on to my good friend, Michael Buller.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I always close my video because I live outside of Munich and I'm working from at home, and my internet, like in the most areas of Germany, is very slow outside of Munich or whatever. I think we have some questions. The first question, I think someone had and said, yeah, that's fine. Villa Vita doing really well, but how I can make sure that other hotels doing this also. One point would be the clean and safe logo. Is there a list, official list, what kind of hotels use clean and safe?
So, Michael, I will reply to that, because it's like this. For you to have an idea, as you speak, the clean and safe certificate is only 1.5 months old, and already more than 2,000 companies already joined the clean and safe. So yes, you can see the certificate on the hotels, and you know exactly if they are certificated, yes or no. So answering your question.
Okay. Then I think we have another question. I think it's a special question about everybody have. If you find out a customer have COVID, he tested positive or is going ill in the destination. Mr. Maas said yesterday, we won't take or not organize the travel back of customers now. What's happened if a customer going ill in a destination? Who is taking care about it?
I think it's Jose will reply to this, because he knows exactly what to do and to say. So he's got the correct information. Thank you.
Thank you. In this case, in our case, we have a 24-hour medical team that, of course, can assist the guest, and of course, taking all the measures if it's needed for isolation, etc. It will be taken care of. This is how we are handling with this situation. If something like this happens, if a guest gets infected, it's part of our contingency plan in the beginning of this situation with when the virus started to spread, and of course it will stay on our plans. We will keep it like that. I hope this responded to the question.
There's another question also to you.
Yes.
Is how much rooms? It means you have a lot of rooms. How much percentage of your rooms you will use for guests? Every 100%, 50%, or?
Yes, we will use the 100%, because in our case we have an area of 22 hectares. So just to give an example, it's 22 football fields, and only 1/3 is occupied with building, and we have 200 accommodations, 203. So this makes it's a lot of space. All the following our protocol, the hygiene and safety protocol, with the nebulizer, with all the measures, the highest standards of cleanliness, and of course all the social distancing, the marks, if it's public areas, restaurants, pools, bars, this is all being taken care, and will be easy to welcome all the guests.
Okay. A question to Eliseo. When, I mean, we know from Hotel Villa Vita that it's opening on the 19th of June. Do all hotels in Portugal open at this time, or in a different, there's a different timing for each hotel?
It's like this. As we speak, more than 50% of the hotels on the Algarve are already opened. Okay. So just to give information, and there were many hotels that did not even close because the hotels were not obliged to close. So I believe that this month, because next week we have 3 holidays, so most of the hotels prepared themselves for next week. That's why we are 50%, I would say more or less, are open now. And obviously the tendency will be that once the international markets open, that means that to the end of June, especially beginning of July, this capacity will grow up to 70–80%, no doubt.
Is there the same for Madeira?
Madeira is using the same basic concept in terms of the way they're opening the hotels. They have a little bit different of approach in terms of the confinement measures, because they are different, but in what we say in terms of opening hotels, there are already many hotels opened in Madeira in the month of June.
Okay, and the rules are the same as in Portugal for Madeira, or they are different?
Well, it's like this. In Madeira, the rules have changed. They have before you were obliged for 14 days quarantine. Now you can avoid that by presenting a valid Corona certificate, whatever you call it, Corona-free certificate that was issued 72 hours before arrival. So if you come with a certification from your doctor or any official entity that you are Corona-free 72 hours before, you bring the certificate with you and you show it to local authorities, and local authorities will take that into consideration. If you don't do that, if you don't show, they will give you that opportunity to do it there. If you don't want to do that, then you will get the 14 days quarantine. Okay. So this is the situation as you speak.
I'm not quite sure. Is the opening for the destination the same as in Portugal? I think is 19th of, or the travel allowance to go to Portugal the same also for Madeira? Or is it different?
Madeira is basically with the same timings as Portugal mainland. So they as well expect, I think there will be already, I think there are already flights, tri-flights as I call it, landing in Funchal, and there will be more towards the end of the month. Actually, we both talked about that with Lufthansa. Yes, but it will be open, regularly speaking, as well, mainly for July months.
I have 2 questions about the videos we're showing. That they're asking that is there possible to get them for showing the customer on a website or as an information?
No problem.
No problem.
And so we can provide, sorry to interrupt you, Michi.
Yeah.
We can provide them to you and you can use it wherever you like. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah, so the best would be if they're uploaded in YouTube, then everybody can use them and bring it into a website or whatever.
So absolutely no problem. So actually, we appreciate it because every time somebody downloads that the videos we showed today is only spreading the word about the measures we are taking in our country. So we are only grateful for that. So it wouldn't make sense that we don't allow people to share the videos, of course. No problem.
Will be a video, a special video from Villa Vita that because the video you show us is for sure the situation before Corona. Will be there one available what you're doing in your hotel? Make a great video production.
Hollywood style.
I think the next business is a video production, I think.
I was going to say, yes. It is already. It is already. It is already.
Well, I don't think it's in the plan because we have this video one step forward already to show how safe it's coming back to Portugal and how excited we are to welcome everyone. Of course, that all the videos can be seen on our website. The safety charter also that was shown, the integral version, and also on YouTube. If you visit the villavitapark.com.
So Jose is trying to say that they're already in the part where the masks are not necessary. So, so Jose is already 1 month ahead. So 1 month ahead. You see, these guys born in Bremen. I like this. You know.
But there was the days.
Well, it's not me. It's the team. It's the entire team. It's,
sure.
Yes.
There was some video about a hotel showing about how the breakfast, I think, runs in time of Corona, and that helps very well because everybody had a good feeling and said, okay, I can believe it works. And I think this kind of things are very helpful to show the customer and make him happy at the end and less nervous at the end.
May I just answer? The resort will reopen on the 19th. On the 16th, we will have a soft opening, and that's also why at the moment we don't have yet any images of what you were asking. Breakfast service a la carte that will be introduced. Actually, one of the breakfasts was already in one part a la carte. Now we are taking out the buffet options, as well as yes.
Michael, just to say that we are talking here, we are representing a destination.
Yes.
So I would like to add that we have already hotels, many hotels with this kind of video, Michael. So I can provide anytime you want.
Could be helpful.
You, yeah, no doubt. Because obviously, let's put it this way: Jose is here only representing the whole of the hoteliers of the Algarve. So others have created that video that you're talking about, and I fully agree that although I like the part of the emotion that comes out of the video of Villa Vita, and we don't want to transform the hotels into hospitals, but I fully agree that we need to show exactly how it looks like once you're here. So there are videos in place from many hotels, and I will be glad to share them with you and pass them over so you can have a look and decide which one you would like to share with the people that are seeing us now. So no problem whatsoever.
Then there was a question about where is the link for this app for the beach traffic light? I think we should provide later with the presentation, with the links of the video, and also a link to this app, I think.
Okay, the app is not released yet. Okay, so the app is being done. It's I think is on the finish line, and it will be available. And once it is available, obviously I will share that information as well, because the idea is to spread it as much as possible, because I think it's a very good tool actually, because you can then decide where to go before you leave your hotel or your apartment, your villa, whatever it is. So it gives you complete freedom. So I think it was a very, very good idea, to be honest. So it's not because it's a Portuguese idea, but I think it's a big idea.
One last question I would starting that was about traveling to Madeira. If I'm not quite sure what the rules are, but it looks like until end of June you have to show a negative certification about COVID-19, or you have to go in quarantine. Is that?
As I said before, that's correct. Yes. So but we have to be very pragmatic. Unfortunately, our lives have changed, and unfortunately, this changes every day. And every day we have new rules, we have new input, and I think that in the last days we're taking steps towards the correct place. We are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I believe that these measures in Madeira probably, I cannot vouch for that, probably will change as well. And that's why it was so important to us to be here with you and having this experience to show what is in place now, and to show that we need to kill the word fear out of this industry, because it's that the fear word is what is killing our industry. And what I would like to transmit out for all my fellow people from Portugal, and especially from everybody in the trade, is that we are more than prepared, we are more than willing, and we will do everything we can, and we have it already in place to make sure that anything that we can do to make any passage through our country safe and giving it the best conditions, so that you have an experience that is really a safety experience with all the measures and conditions. We are ready for that, and because we need to go back to normality with safety and trying to get back to our normal standard of lives as fast as we can, but obviously taking always care and taking always in mind that we need to move slowly to move fast.
Good. So we are half hour before, more or less ready, and
that's not a problem because we are quick. Huh?
Yeah.
do more with less. Fantastic.
I would bring the session back to Michael, and I think he takes care now. Thank you very much from my side, all for your work and the videos you've done. I think is really helpful.
Thank you.
And hope we have a good summer season in the world, and especially in Portugal.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you for everybody who has been watching, and thank you as well to my friends that were done a great job, to José Walton and to José Villanova, for being here and being so enthusiastic about this since day one. So thank you very much. So just to finish, we are ready.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Vielen Dank an alle Teilnehmer.
Danke.
Vielen Dank, Michi.
Bis bald.
Schön, dass alle Zuschauer da waren. Hier geht es weiter heute Nachmittag mit dem Thema, ja, wie sieht Reisen mit Corona in anderen Ländern aus? Dazu startet um 15 Uhr unsere Session Reisen mit Corona, Urlaub in Europa, und um 16:30 Uhr Urlaub in der ganzen Welt, wo wir dann auch Vertreter aus Ferndestinationen mit dabei haben, um einen Eindruck zu bekommen, was dort passiert. Wenn ihr die Zukunftstage gerne unterstützen wollt, dann habt ihr die Möglichkeit, uns einen Kaffee zu spenden. Wir bieten das ja komplett kostenlos an. Und dann habt ihr die Möglichkeit, über den Link, den ich jetzt gerade mit rein poste, da uns einen Kaffee auszugeben. Und ansonsten teile ich euch jetzt auch nochmal den Link für die weiteren Sessions, zu denen ihr euch anmelden könnt. Wie gesagt, heute Mittag ab 15 Uhr geht es weiter. Die Sessions von heute Morgen, Status Quo der Krise, Hilfen für Reisebüros, dürft ihr gerne auch nochmal angucken. Auf dieser Seite sind die entsprechenden Aufzeichnungen verlinkt und auch die Session davor, wo wir auch schon über Reisen in Destinationen gesprochen haben, könnt ihr weiterhin anschauen. Und heute Abend um 20 Uhr haben wir auch unseren Online-Stammtisch für Reisebüros, ich glaube schon zum 12. Mal, eine ganz nette Runde. Offiziell habe ich ihn immer nur bis 21:30 Uhr angesetzt. Inoffiziell läuft er dann manchmal bis 1:30, also wo sich die Kollegen ganz intensiv miteinander austauschen. Stammtisch heißt auch, ihr dürft was zum Trinken mitbringen. Und dann freue ich mich, wenn ihr mit dabei seid. Wir werden uns heute Abend intensiv auch zu dem Thema Konjunkturpaket natürlich austauschen, so dass wir da einfach ein gutes Gefühl bekommen, was kommt, was nicht kommt. Vielleicht wissen wir auch schon mehr Details heute Abend Ich vermute zwar noch nicht so richtig. Michi schüttelt mit dem Kopf. Falls du heute was hörst, gib mir einen Hind. Dann lasse ich das gerne heute Abend noch mit einfließen. Und in diesem Sinne herzlichen Dank an alle Teilnehmer und an alle Diskutanten. Thank you very much and enjoy Portugal and have a good time in the summer with the tourists that are coming and stay safe and enjoy Portugal.